I'm so excited to bring you the predictions for the month of July because July promises to be so much better than the previous months. So here we go, predictions for the month of July. Hello everybody, I'm Tina Chaudhary. Welcome to my channel and a very, 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 very warm namaste. Aham Brahmasmi. So let me start by first wishing all my viewers that have July birthdays a very happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful and fun day. I also pray that my divine bless all of you with the most powerful blessings to give you good health, happiness, success, prosperity, and above all, love and joy throughout your personal new year. So again, a very, very, very happy birthday to you, all my viewers that have July birthday. Begin, I want to mention that my calculations and predictions are based on Vedic astrology, not Western astrology. Also, the zodiac sign predictions are not. They're not based on your moon or your sun sign. They're based on your ascendant sign. Now, the ascendant, it is also referred to as your rising sign, and in Hindi, it is called the Lagna Rashi. Personally, I'm looking forward to July because the planetary alignments are getting a lot better and not as challenged as they have been for the previous 3 to 4 months. So let's take a look and see what's going on as far as the planetary alignments and transits are concerned for July. Now, the two big changes for July are that Saturn starts its retrograde on June 29th. So July would be the first month that we start to feel the impact of that retrograde of Saturn. Now, I made a video on that already where I discussed it in detail, and I also did some detailed predictions by rising sign. I'll add a link to that video in my description box in case you missed it and if you want to watch it or watch it again. But it's quite important, so please watch it if you haven't already. The second big change is that Rahu will transit to a new nakshatra on July 5th. It's been in Pisces in the Revati nakshatra. Now it still stays in Pisces, but it transits to the Uttar Bhadrapad nakshatra on July 5th. Now just understand that a planet always gives us its results based on the nakshatra that it is transiting in. Now, whether in the birth chart or in transit. So the impact that Rahu will now have will be completely different because its ruling nakshatra will change. So it's transiting in a new nakshatra. So Revati is ruled by Mercury and Uttar Bhadrapad is ruled by Saturn. Mercury and Saturn are completely diverse energies and they probably have nothing in common. I will try to make a detailed video on Rahu's nakshatra change in a week or so, but I'll definitely try to do that. I would also like to emphasize that these alignments will impact our career and profession the most. Now, this is due to the enhanced impact that Saturn starts to have now. Saturn is the significator of our career and profession. So for those individuals that are looking to making changes in their job or career, it can occur over the next few months. If you have been looking for a job, that can certainly occur now. You can find it. Make sure you put a lot of effort in. Changes in your profession or complete change in career path is also very possible now. And these factors are especially more pronounced for those individuals that have a retrograde Saturn in their birth charts, or they can have Saturn in Aquarius, which is where it's transiting. Or Saturn is very prominent in their birth chart because it's either a very high degree planet or it's in a prominent position. It can also be possible if you're undergoing any dashas or antardashas of Saturn or of your 10th lord or something that's placed in your 10th house or any planet that's placed in your 10th house. Now, the other factor is if there was something career or profession related that you would have started back in 2020 or 2022 timeframe, but it never got completed, or it just didn't work out at that time, or something happened and it just got dropped for some reason, then that same thing will resurface back now in your life. And you may either work on it again or retry it or redo it, or it needs to be, if it was left incomplete at that time, then it comes back now and you may be forced to complete it. So stay very vigilant to what comes up back in your life as far as your career and profession is concerned. At this time, can I remind you that if you already haven't subscribed to my channel, please do hit the subscribe button, and I'm requesting that you please do share this video with friends and family. I'm one of the astrologers that is continuing to put out free content on my channel without requesting for paid memberships. But all I'm asking is to subscribe to my channel and share my videos. I never intend to put out any paid memberships for my channel in the future as well. And for those of you that have already subscribed, thank you for your continued support. I really do appreciate it. Now let's take a look at the planetary transits for July and see what all the other planets are up to. So first, on July, Venus transits to Cancer. And the great news is that it finally comes out of combustion on June 30th. This is wonderful news, because then we can all stop fighting with all the people in our lives, which is what Venus was making us do for the last one month. Then on July 12th, Mars leaves Aries and transits to Taurus. Taurus is a fixed sign and ruled by Venus. So this is sort of favorable, because Mars calms down, makes us more patient, and also makes us avoid confrontation. So there are, of course, impacts, that are specific to each sign, and I'll mention them in my prediction section. Also, the good thing about that is Saturn will no longer aspect Mars like it was doing when Mars was in Aries. So that's wonderful news also. On July 15th, the Sun makes its monthly transit. So this time it goes from Gemini to Cancer. Now, this is probably not a great placement for it, because the Sun obviously is fire and Cancer is a water sign. So it's kind of like it takes the fire and the glow out of the Sun. So this is usually not very good for high-level politicians and high-level executives, because their charts and careers are usually dependent on the condition and placement for the Sun. So let's see what it does to the politicians and the executives. And lastly, on July 19th, Mercury transits to Leo. The good news is that Mercury will also have already come out of combustion on June 25th. So the great news for July is that both Venus and Mercury will no longer be combust. So there's a lot of good news in July. Saturn goes retrograde, and the fact that Rahu has moved to a much better nakshatra, which is Uttara Bhadrapad, ruled by Saturn. When Rahu was in Revati, was being ruled by Mercury, but it's also a Gandant nakshatra. So Rahu was also acting kind of out of control, so to speak. So a lot of good news for July, meaning things calm down a little bit. Venus is, like I said, out of combustion, so our relationships are much more improved. In the last few months, we've all been out of control, aggressive, fiery, fighting with people, not getting along. There's been a lot of turmoil also in the environment, a lot of natural disasters, a lot of like I said, aggression, natural disasters happening, and accidents also happening. So I think July is going to be a lot more calmer and better month for us. Also, like I said, at a personal level, we may feel calmed down as well. Mars was in Aries, and so it was very, very strong in Aries, and being aspected by Saturn, it was definitely ruining our anger and our aggression. So it was bringing that to the forefront. So now I think July promises to be a much better month. So I'm going to start doing predictions. So make sure you listen to the correct zodiac sign for your predictions. Aries for July. Aries, your ascendant ruler Mars transits from your own first house to the second house this month, and it meets with Jupiter. This is very favorable for you in terms of family relationships and happiness within the family. As far as your career is concerned, it's a favorable month, although you may receive a lot of work and be burdened by an overload of work. You may even have some challenges completing it on time, but you will have lots of dedication, and you will try your very best and put in very good positive self-effort. That's when your effort will be recognized this month. This creates a very good chance of rise in career as well as betterment in the financial situation for you. Now, just make sure if there are some co-workers that are trying to irritate or distract you, you need to completely ignore them, and in fact don't even share any personal information or plans with them. This is a month of happiness and satisfaction in your career as well as financial situation. Now, business owners can also see very good growth as well. You will put a lot of effort in your business. There can be growth and success for your business as well. Now, finance I already mentioned, but it's a very favorable month for you. It will be good. There will be good money inflow, but understand that Rahu in the 12th house continues to cause sudden unplanned expenses. If we are waiting for any benefits of the government, then this is a good month for that as well. So if you want to apply for government benefits of any kind, you can do that this month. Relationships are particularly favorable and happy this month. So there will be happiness and peace within the family. You will impact your family members very favorably by your positive communication and speech. Jupiter has been in your second house, and that kind of gives very sweet speech, very nice, convincing, but very sweetly convincing. So your relationship with your siblings is fun, and you may spend some good times with them. In fact, this could be a time of learning from your siblings as well, or teaching others how to do things, like your family members. You could even teach them how to do things. That's what Jupiter in the second house does for you. Some friends from the past can also appear back in your life over the next few months. For love life, the first half of the month can be slightly challenged due to your communication, but be careful what you say. But after that, it's going to be a positive for love life. So if you are married, the first half of the month can be just slight arguments when Mars stays in your first house, but after the second half of the month, it can be so much better. So Mars in the first house, the first half of the month, kind of gives you a little bit of combative speech with your partner. In the second half of the month, things improve, because when Mars combines with Jupiter in the second house, speech gets so much more sweeter, like I mentioned. In fact, some of you may even purchase a car or have a real estate transaction towards the end of the month because of the transit of Mars. Health is very good this month, no worries at all. In fact, you may even have an increase in appetite and tendency to overeat. Good month for Aries. Taurus. For July, Taurus, your ascendant ruler Venus, comes out of combustion, and it transits from the second house to the third house. So that means this is going to be a much better month than the previous month. Also, Jupiter has been in your ascendant house, so that gives you a lot of patience and the ability to take the correct decision and at the right time as well. As far as career is concerned, your career ruler is Saturn, and it's going to be retrograde. So if there's one ascendant that's going to feel the most impact of the Saturn retrograde, it's going to be Taurus. So this indicates hard work, lots of self-effort. You may feel a lot of work pressure and responsibilities. Now, the good news is that you will complete all your work and also get lots of recognition for it. You will also enjoy a very pleasant relationship with colleagues and your seniors. So the atmosphere at work will be quite happy. Now, just become aware that there could be some matter related to the past that can resurface over the next few months, and you may even have to either rework it or to complete it. In fact, there could be some things from the past related to your career that comes up now because of the Saturn retrograde. Of course, this is more prominent for people that have a Saturn retrograde in their birth chart as well. Business owners can experience growth in their business via the support of other people, such as those that are experienced people, or those that have new and creative ideas and suggestions on improving and growing the business. Just don't take any decisions in a hurry. Think through things very carefully. Also, make sure that you treat all your workers and co-workers very well, so you prevent the negative impact of retrograde Saturn on your career or your business. Because if you do not treat them well, this can harm your business in the long term, or actually damage your career as well. As far as finance is concerned, since Rahu has been in the house of gains in the 11th house, Taurus can continue to achieve good financial success. This month, after mid-month, the chance of increase in savings is also possible, and this is due to the decrease in sudden expenses, or should I say decrease in unforeseen expenses, that has been bothering Taurus for a couple months. Although the first part of the month, however, you may still see some expenses before Mars makes its transit to the ascendant house. As far as relationships is concerned, love life is quite positive this month. Also, relationships with children are very enjoyable, and your children do very well in their education if you have children. Remember, Jupiter from the ascendant house is blessing the fifth house. So all the significations of the fifth house, which includes your creativity, is going to be at a very high. So take advantage of that in your career as well as in your investments and financial planning. For married Taurus, this is also a positive month, but control your temper after mid-month because Mars moves into your first house and gives you a little bit of tendency to argue. As far as health is concerned, you need to take care of your health. There is a chance of trouble to your eyes, maybe eye infections or something, or your legs. You could have pain in your legs. So also second half of the month, you could experience anger issues as well as some mental stress. So make sure you do something to relax your mind. Nothing serious, of course. Gemini. For July, Gemini, your ascendant ruler Mercury is now out of combustion and it is going to transit in the second and then the third house. So your focus is going to be on finance, family, travel, and even real estate for some Geminis. As far as career is concerned, it's going to be okay. But my guidance is that you exercise caution in terms of work accuracy and performance. Rahu has been present in the 10th house of career, so there's an element of suddenness. So make sure you perform your best abilities and don't take shortcuts that could get you in trouble later on. No matter how tempting they may be, just make sure you're not tempted to do anything that's not quite the right way to do things. A lot of Geminis may also have to travel a lot for business or even relocate due to work or general relocation. Business owners, there can be good progress and you may get help from others or overseas sources. Now, those businesses that work with overseas companies or countries can do very well at this time. The first half of the month is a lot better, and the second half is when you have to put in a lot more effort. As far as finance is concerned, there is a big difference between the first half and the second half of the month. The first half is very favorable as far as income and savings is concerned, and you also may want to make investments during that time. But after mid-month, your expenses become very high due to unforeseen or unplanned expenses. But as long as you can make the effort to control your spending, this could actually end up being a very financially positive month for you. As far as relationships are concerned, your love life could have some ups and downs, but no worries because it could be minor arguments that do get sorted out in the end. So don't take these things seriously, but do try to avoid confrontation with your love interest. Married Gemini, the first half of the month, there could be some challenges due to the clash of egos. And the second half of the month is pleasant and favorable. So try to watch your communication in the first half of the month. The issue is more the lack of unity within all the extended family members, and you may get the feeling that nobody has any time for others. So the atmosphere at home could be quite unsettled, so be careful about your own communication with others as well. Don't hurt other people's feelings and then make matters worse. Also, take care of your parents, especially if they're elderly or if they're sick. Health this month is moderate. The sun's position gives you lots of good vitality and immunity. This also helps you recover from any past health issues if you were experiencing them. Those individuals that were prone to high blood pressure should be very cautious about mental stress and tension. Also, if cholesterol has been an issue with you, then you need to take care of yourself as well. Gemini has had Rahu and Ketu in the 410 axis since late last year. So I've been mentioning that on several of my prior videos that due to this, Gemini may either relocate or have a real estate transaction. So now as Mars starts to transit in the relevant houses, this relocation or real estate transaction is most likely to occur over the next couple of months. And this could be sudden or planned. So have a good month, Gemini. Cancer for July. Cancer, here comes a very favorable month in terms of career for you. Mars is the ruler of your 10th house, which is the career house, and that will be in its own house, which is the 10th house itself, for the first half of the month. And then it transits over to the 11th house after mid-month. The 11th house signifies material gains, wishes, and desires. So in terms of career, it becomes a very strong month.
You will work hard and it gets recognized. And it could also lead to an increase financially or some sort of benefit in the workplace. So your success comes after a bit of struggle. So don't give up your hope or your self-effort. Now, for business owners, it might be time to make some business decisions regarding changes in your business plan. Think through things carefully and make the necessary changes. Let others help you in making wise choices. This will enable your business to grow and run smoothly. As far as finance is concerned, this month indicates an increase in expense, but also an increase in income. But don't worry, because this situation improves as the month progresses, because your expenses become controllable and a good financial balance can be created. However, this is a good time to also make long-term investments, but please think very carefully and get very good advice before rushing to invest in anything. As far as love relationships are concerned, Jupiter aspects the 5th house and you enjoy a very, very fun lifestyle or fun time, especially your love life. Single Cancers can find that special someone now. Some Cancers can even get engaged or married now. Married Cancers will also enjoy a very harmonious relationship, but the only challenge may be with getting along with the in-laws. So issues from the past will get brought up and disturb the happiness in your home environment. My suggestion is, if the in-laws do bring up some things, or your spouse brings up something from the past regarding the in-laws, it's better to keep quiet and let the time pass. After mid-month, there can be some ego clashes with your spouse or other family members. Just stay humble, calm, and happy, and the month can pass very quickly, very peacefully. During this time, your siblings may be helping you and be very supportive of you. On the other hand, your father may be going through his own stresses. So manage and appreciate your relationship with both of them. As far as health is concerned, it's going to be average this month. Retrograde Saturn in the 8th house brings up some old health issues back. So make sure that you have a very healthy lifestyle as far as eating and maintain a good healthy diet. And try to have some sort of physical exercise regimen. Don't ignore or take any health issues lightly during this time. If you feel any sort of health problem, then make sure you get it checked out. Cancer, you're set to have a very favorable month after a long time, so do enjoy it and take advantage of it. But my guidance is regarding your communication, please do say pleasant and not argue or be critical or sarcastic with others, especially after mid-month. And this applies to all people around you, not just co-workers, but also your family members. Leo, for July, Leo, your ascendant ruler sun transits from your 11th house to your 12th house, and these two houses are completely opposite in nature, so there will be a marked difference between the first half and the second half of the month. The 11th house is all about gains, desires, and social circle, but the 12th house is all about spirituality, solitude, expenses, and even losses and long journeys. So talking about your career, this month opens up new opportunities in your career. You also gain understanding of your career and job situation clearly, and then you are able to handle the situation a little better. The first half of the month is much more favorable in terms of career growth and success. The second half of the month could mean some big decisions and the need to reflect on what changes need to be made for future goal setting. For business owners, there will be lots of serious planning and thoughts about how to grow the business. There could even be some ideas or people from the past that now come back, and you feel inclined to incorporate them in your business or put those ideas that you in the past had kind of just put to the side and now incorporate them in your business. As far as finance is concerned, this is a month for income and expenses both. There could be sudden gains or general income increases, but there can also be an increase in expense. So you need to take control of your spending or it will likely get very out of hand very quickly. Don't invest without thinking, or there could be a chance of loss as well. Rahu in the 8th house does cause losses. So you always have to think through things very carefully as far as investments are concerned or financial planning is concerned. So this month is full of ups and downs financially, so just be cautious about that. As far as relationships are concerned, the first half of the month, there's a wonderful time for love life. You could spend the time socializing, enjoying with friends as well. And married Leos are also going to have a positive time in the first half of the month. Married Leos are also cautioned to eliminate all negative communication after mid-month. Avoid criticizing your spouse or bringing up ego in your relationships. There can be issues that relate to the past that come up, and there can be conflict about it. So avoid that. Make sure to maintain a happy environment and home, because you will enjoy good support of family members, and even the health of your parents is going to be good or better in case they were elderly or experiencing health issues in the past. As far as health is concerned, you need to take care of it, especially your diet, what you eat. But it's better to eat very healthy. Pay attention to what you're eating and stay away from stale or processed foods. Some Leos can also have back or waist pain during this time, especially if you're prone to it. Then there's a more likely chance that it comes back, but not everybody obviously is going to have that. Now, the only overall caution for Leos is to manage their communication. Stay very positive and very diplomatic with everyone. Don't speak without thinking, whether it's at work or with family members. Mercury in the first house with retrograde Saturn aspecting it means that you can bring up old things, you could be critical of others, and that can damage relationships. So my overall guidance is to manage your communication, and the month should go fairly well.
Virgo. For July,
Virgo, your ascendant ruler Mercury transits from the 11th house to the 12th house. Now, the 11th house is all about material gains, wishes, and desires. It also signifies social circle. So this month is very favorable in terms of financial benefits and fulfillment of your wishes and desires. As far as your career is concerned, you have Sun and Venus in your 10th house of career. And that can be a very good placement because it indicates excellent work relationships, but also very good visibility in the workplace. This gets you a lot of positive attention, and your seniors may even consider you for additional benefits, rewards, and recognition. You maintain a very good communication and have a very convincing speech power. So use that to your advantage. The second half of the month will make you do lots of extra work, but the favorable results continue. Business owners, it's a sensitive month. Avoid making any plans in a hurry, or it could create a loss situation for you. Think through things and also get the help of experts before you make any critical decisions. And that would give you much better results. Lots of Virgos do lots of traveling for work as well. And if you do, that will go really well for you. As far as finance is concerned, this is a very beneficial month financially. I've already mentioned that is due to the positive results of your career and job and the activation of the 11th house of material gains. Although after July 19th, there could be an increase in expenses, but it's still going to be a very manageable expense load. You will be able to add to your savings in the early part of the month, and even in the second half of the month, the income and expense should be balanced out quite nicely. As far as health is concerned, this is where you will need to take care of yourself, especially during the first half of the month. But now, more than likely, you will neglect your health. Some of you could have a recurrence of a past health issue only if it was not fixed or healed appropriately in the past. Some Virgos could have pain in the eyes, watery eyes, lethargy, or even some sleep issues. There's also the possibility of some throat issues or pain in shoulders, arms, and legs. So take very good care of your health. As far as relationships are concerned, love relationships will be okay as long as you choose your words wisely. After July 7th, love life is very enjoyable. In fact, single Virgos can find love now. Your relationship with children will also be favorable after that day. Now just stay away from arguments. And also don't let ego get in the way of the relationship. Married Virgos, you enjoy a harmonious time with your spouse. In fact, some of you may even take a trip with your spouse. Now, my guidance for married Virgos is that you need to stay calm and try to maintain a very good harmonious relationship in your marriage. And this I'm saying because Rahu has been in the 7th house and it's making your spouse just a little stubborn, maybe hot-headed or hard-headed, and so it's up to you that you need to stay calm and accept your spouse the way it is, because that's the impact of Rahu in the 7th house. Although this month might be a better month than previous months, so enjoy, Virgo.
Libra, for July.
Libra, your ascendant ruler Venus starts out in your 9th house of luck, and then it transits to your 10th house of career, and it also has the Sun doing the exact same transit. This indicates a month very focused on career and also a very financially favorable month. As far as career is concerned, there is a possibility of good progress in your career, and those Libras that were looking for change in their jobs, this month is favorable for that. Also, those Libras that are looking for a new job, this month there's excellent prospects of getting a new job as well. This month is also good for fighting against the competition or your opponents. In fact, if you are experiencing any issues with coworkers, you may have some stress due to that, but you really shouldn't worry because Rahu in the 6th house is the strongest position to fight off any kind of competition or conflicts. As far as finance is concerned, it will be a good month. Some Libras may even receive some unexpected or sudden benefits. You may also get good returns on your prior investments, but my caution is regarding new investments. Be very careful, don't be hasty, and make wise choices, and don't invest wrongly. Jupiter is in the 8th house and chances of loss are present, so be very cautious about making new investments. The second half of the month, there could be some expenses that come up, or your spending could rise on general household items. So try to control your expenses. So this month, even though the finances are very positive, be cautious about not spending all of them. As far as relationships are concerned, this is where the challenge is this month. Saturn retrogrades in the 5th house, so love life can be troubled. You may have some mental stress and tension due to the relationship in your love life, but also your relationship with children. Relationship with your children can get tested too, and there could be a chance of everyone wanting to focus on past events and matters and bringing up old grudges. Just maintain your best behavior. Don't get dragged into conflicts. Married Libras may receive the support of their spouses, but there can be times of irritation as well. So again, my guidance is to let the time pass without conflict from your side. Some Libras will have interaction or meet with their in-laws this month when Mars enters the 8th house of in-laws. Try not to start any conflict at that time with them. This month is all about how you manage your own self. It is not dependent on others, but all your relationships may get tested. So make sure you're on your best behavior with everybody in your life. As far as health is concerned, some Libras may experience pain in their joints and shoulders, and there can also be some digestive issues. So watch your food and diet very carefully. And you also may be a little accident prone. Mars is going to be in the 8th house after the middle of the month, so drive carefully and don't do anything adventurous or risky. So overall, Libra, this is an excellent career month, also very good financially. You just need to manage your relationships this month. Stay calm and peaceful and avoid confrontation or conflicts.
Scorpio, for July.
Scorpio, your ascendant ruler Mars transits from his own house of Aries, which is your 6th house, to the 7th house of partnerships and business. For the first half of the month, there are two very important planets, Sun and Venus, in your 8th house of challenges and obstacles. So this month brings some very mixed results. As far as career is concerned, the ruler of your career house is Sun, and that's in a challenged position. So for the first half of the month, there can be some unsteady situations for Scorpio as far as their career is concerned. People could be talking behind your back, or people may be simply taking unfair advantage of you. There can also be an element of suddenness in your career. There can be sudden changes or sudden ups and downs, but my general guidance is to remain honest and hardworking, and don't get dragged into conflicts or challenge your seniors at this time. It may not end well for you. Those Scorpios looking for a new job have very good prospects for finding one this month. As far as finance is concerned, it's also going to be a balancing act for you. There are good chances of financial gains, but there will also be a chance of rise in expenses during the first half of the month. The first half of the month is also not a favorable time for any type of financial investments, but the second half of the month will give good results for investments. Just make sure you think through things and get good expert advice, and don't make any hasty decisions. As far as relationships are concerned, if you're in a love relationship, then there's a very good chance that you can get engaged or married now, or even over the next few months. And this is because Jupiter is in the 7th house. Jupiter signifies marriage and love life, or getting committed in a relationship. Just make sure not to make commitments or promises that you can't fulfill later. That's going to end badly in your relationship, or can damage the relationship pretty badly. Now, married Scorpios, this is an interesting month, I should say. Although there are chances of some stress at the beginning of the month, then later there can be some ego conflicts and arguments. If you can manage through this and not get into these challenging situations of conflicts and arguments, then this month can be actually very good or favorable. Just take care of your father's health, especially in the first half of the month. As far as health is concerned, the second half of the month is a lot better than the first half. You may be feeling stress and have a lot of mental worries and tension, so take care of yourself at an emotional level. Also, drive very carefully and avoid risky activities. I realize this month may not be the best one for Scorpios, but there are planets transiting through the 6th and 8th houses, and those are both troublesome houses. So this is a short-term impact only, and there's really nothing to really worry about too much, just a few weeks, and then the next month should be a lot better.
Sagittarius for July.
Sagittarius, your ascendant ruler Jupiter is in your 6th house. Now, the 6th house signifies your health, conflicts, your daily routine, loans, and debts. Also, two very important planets, the Sun and Venus, transit to the 8th house after mid-month, which is the house of obstacles, challenges, and delays. So this month could be a moderate one. As far as career is concerned, Sagittarius has had Ketu in their 10th house of career, and now the ruler of your career house, which is Mercury, will be in the 8th house for the first half of the month, which means that there could be a loss of interest in your work and your profession, and you may also find reason to keep delaying completing your work on time. It might be that whatever you hope to achieve keeps getting delayed, and there are several obstacles you encounter in your path of success. You need to maintain very good relationships with your seniors, and definitely don't get into any trouble or perform below their expectations, because they will notice it and it can damage your career progress and growth. Now, some Sagittarius may want to change their jobs as well due to boredom or disappointment in their current one. Business owners will do well in the first half of the month. They need to make good progress and enjoy good relationships with their business partners. In the second half of the month, there could be some disruptions, but you will overcome them rather well. Speaking of finance, your spending and expense are very high this month. These could be related to health expenses or simply your own personal needs and household expenses. Now, the bigger issue is that of loans and debts. You need to avoid taking on too much debt to support these expenses. Rather, you should try to pay off your old debts if you have any. Some of you may even have to spend on the needs of your siblings this month. It's important to manage your money well this month. As far as relationships are concerned, those Sagittarius that are in a love relationship can actually have a favorable month this month and enjoy their relationships, as long as they approach their partner with patience. Avoid making hasty decisions or acting pushy with your love partner. This can damage your relationship with them. So overall, it's a favorable time for love relationships. So my guidance is to not damage it by being aggressive or being too demanding. For married Sagittarius, the first half of the month can be stressful on the marriage due to arguments, which cause tension in the household. There can be some good moments as well, but ego conflicts will occur from time to time. You will also enjoy some good times with your siblings this month, and you get their support as well. Some Sagittarius may travel to old familiar places or even meet with their siblings. Take care of your mother as well as your father's health this month, especially in the first half of the month. As far as your health is concerned, take care of your health. Jupiter is your ascendant ruler and it's transiting in your sixth house, which is the house of disease, and it stays there for a year. So if you've had any cholesterol or any glandular related issues such as diabetes or thyroid issues, you should monitor them closely. Also, watch what you eat. Maintain a very healthy diet. Jupiter in the sixth house tends to want to make you eat lots of sweet, sugary, and fatty foods. Obviously, that's not a good idea.
Capricorn for July.
Capricorn, your ascendant ruler Saturn will start its retrograde phase in the second house. The second house signifies your finance, family, and your speech. So the focus is primarily on those items this month for you. Now, don't forget, Rahu is also now going to transit in a nakshatra that is ruled by your ascendant ruler Saturn. As far as career is concerned, this month your confidence will be strong and you will be able to overcome or face any challenges and see good success. At the beginning of the month, you may notice that your co-workers are trying to create competition for you, but you will be very strong and nobody will be able to harm you. So you will gain some dominance and victory in the workplace. Your efficiency will be very high and you may be given additional responsibility in recognition for your outstanding performance. You also enjoy the support of your family. Business owners will experience good growth and success in their business. They may also make new plans for expansion. Now, my only guidance is that you should make sure your communication with everyone and anyone in your business is always pleasant and diplomatic. If you have harsh, unpleasant communication, it could damage your business or impact it quite negatively. As far as finance is concerned, this is a month with mixed results. The beginning of the month is very favorable for increasing your savings. Jupiter is now in the fifth house for a year, so that means that you can earn well via share market. The condition is that you get very good expert guidance and you think carefully. Don't do anything risky or without thinking. The second half of the month, when Mars goes into the fifth house with Jupiter, is an exceptional time for investing in the share market. Some Capricorns can also earn via the sale or purchase of real estate. However, there is also the possibility of some increase in expenses, and those could be health-related expenses. So you may also be able to pay off old standing debts and loans this month. So this month is extremely powerful as far as earnings, savings, and investments is concerned. But since there's a chance of some high expenses coming through, it could be a mixed month for some Capricorns. As far as relationships are concerned, Capricorns that are in a love relationship, this is a very good month, especially after mid-month. Now, in the first half of the month, you need to control your ego, but after mid-month, it's going to be especially favorable. In fact, some Capricorns could even get engaged or married. And if you're looking for love and you're single, then be out and about with friends. You may find you're someone special at that time. Married Capricorns, this month is all about communication and talking. The first half is a lot better, so you could try to sort out problems and issues if you've had any previously. The second half could see some ego issues, so control that tendency. There can be unity in the family, but you're the one that's going to feel like dredging up past issues, and that could ruin the environment for everyone. Also, you need to take extra care of your mother, her health, and her mood. She may be prone to irritability or even poor health. For you, health is good this month. You may feel very energetic and enjoy very good immunity. But those that are prone to it could have minor skin issues later in the month.
Aquarius.
Aquarius, your ascendant ruler Saturn is going to be retrograde in your own ascendant or first house itself. This impacts you at the physical self as well as the emotional self this month. Rahu is now going to start transiting in a nakshatra that's owned by your ascendant ruler Saturn. For from the second house. In fact, Rahu is also the co-ruler of Aquarius, and the second house signifies family, finance, and communication. So July is a month where Aquarius is very focused on transformation, finance, and family relationships. The first half of the month could perhaps be one of great changes or transformation for Aquarius. Speaking of career, the beginning of the month will be very favorable for Aquarius. You get support and cooperation from your colleagues. You achieve success after lots of tough efforts. There will be favorable situations present in your workplace that allow you to focus on your job a lot more, and your situation in your career becomes more positive and strong. As far as business owners, you will have the opportunity to take your business forward and make progress, but you may have to put in some hard work and make some very tough decisions. In the second half of the month, you may feel the need to make additional investments. The conditions for Aquarius are that they shouldn't make or brag about commitments that they won't be able to keep, and also maintain professional and polite speech with coworkers, seniors, everybody in the workplace. Otherwise, their business and career gets damaged. Rahu in the second house gives tendency for harsh speech and bad words. So make sure you meet those conditions, and your career and your business can do really well. As far as finance is concerned, it's very favorable in the first half of the month. Conditions for increasing daily income and earnings are very much present. The ongoing challenge for Aquarius has been in saving money, not in earning it. The challenge will also be felt in July. There can be high or sudden expenses, so Aquarius needs to do what they can to control expenses. It's deciding what to buy and what to let go. That's the challenging part for Aquarius as far as their finances are concerned. As far as love relationships are concerned, love life is so much better in the first half of the month. In fact, single Aquarius could even find someone special during that time, which is the first half of the month. Some Aquarius can get married at this time as well, and the same applies to married Aquarius, where the first half is so much more pleasant, and you may even spend a lot of fun moments together. But the second half will be where you start bickering and fighting over small things. Don't all married couples do that all the time? As far as health is concerned, it should be okay, but Aquarius needs to pay attention to their food habits. They may become very careless and eat foods that may not be the best for them. So for some Aquarius, that could lead to digestive issues in the second half of the month. Now, my guidance to Aquarius is to watch and control their communication. They need to make sure they are courteous and they don't say offensive things to people to hurt their feelings. Now, this commonly occurs when Rahu transits in the second house. It kind of gives you harsh speech with abusive words or even making false statements. Overall, Aquarius, this is a positive month after a very long time, so please do take advantage of it and enjoy yourself.
Pisces.
Pisces, your ascendant ruler Jupiter has been transiting in your third house. Also this month, Rahu, that has been transiting in your own ascendant house or first house, will transit in the new nakshatra that is ruled by Saturn. But Saturn is retrograde now, and it's in the 12th house. So the focus this month will be on health and finance quite heavily. As far as career is concerned, there will be mixed results. You will get good cooperation from your colleagues and you can expect good teamwork. So this will impact your own performance in a very positive way. And so you can get progressive results from that in the first half of the month. In fact, those looking for a job change or a new job, it could be possible during the early part of the month. Now, the second half of the month makes you very bold and energetic, and you are willing to put in a lot of effort, and you will also come up with a lot of new and creative ideas that you could implement in your work or your business, and that could do a good benefit for you in the long term. Business owners also enjoy a favorable time in their first half of the month, and you may even get help from experienced or expert people on improving or growing your business. However, Pisces has had Ketu in their 7th half of business partnerships. So you need to make sure you stay connected and on the same path, business plan and page as your business partner. That is one of the challenges that Pisces business owners are having in case they have business partners. As far as finance is concerned, you will need to pay a lot of attention to your financial situation this month. There could be an increase in expenses, and there is a possibility of some past expenses now coming up, and they will need to get paid. It was probably something that was overlooked in the past or didn't get paid in the past. Business owners may also find that they need to make additional investments in their business during the second half of the month. This month's a tricky one as far as finance is concerned, because on the one hand, there are favorable chances of having good earnings, but it does depend on how well you're able to manage your expenses, because that could get out of hand rather quickly. As far as health is concerned, this is something you need to pay special attention to yourself this month. Some Pisces may have pain in their feet, heels, or injure their feet. There could also be some eye issues like watery eyes or pain in their eyes. Since Rahu has been in the first house for Pisces, some Pisces have been ignoring their health or taking their health for granted. Now, my guidance to all Pisces is not to do that and take very good care of yourselves. As far as relationships are concerned, the first of the month, love and romance for the single Pisces will be quite enjoyable. It's a good time to enjoy time with your partner. After mid-month, take care to keep ego out of your relationship, and it can stay just as enjoyable for the rest of the month. For married Pisces, Ketu has been in the 7th house. That may have been creating some lack of interest or a doubting tendency towards your spouse. Do your best to overcome this kind of tendency. Try to do things together and have full faith in your relationship with your spouse. Make sure to maintain good relationships with your extended family at this time as well. If some issues do come up within the family, it might be a better idea to talk things out to sort matters rather than getting angry or upset with everybody else. This is also a time to take care of your mother's health as well as maintain very good relationships with your siblings.
This brings me to the end of my video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I will see you on one of my next videos. I wish everybody good luck for the month of July.